Buffer bashing. Winter was passing, but there was still one or two late frosts, which made everything look sugar-coated and sparkling in the spring sunshine. Each morning, Donald and Douglas took it in turns to bring a ballast train from the small railway, and James then pulled the trucks to a place where the line was being mended. One morning, Donald was uncoupled and ran ahead into a short siding to let James take his place at the front of the trucks. But a hard frost made the rails icy. When Donald tried to stop, his wheels locked and they slid on the ice.
Lord's sake.
The buffers stopped him. That's what they were there for. But they were badly damaged. Donald was lucky. He wasn't hurt at all, just embarrassed. The other engines teased him. "You should go for skating championships," they say. Even Donald laughed, though he was worried about what the Fat Controller might say.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't have time to stop.
"It's alright, Donald. It's not your fault. You're lucky that you are alright. You just had to be more careful in future." The next day, men were sent to mend the buffers. At last, James's repair work on the line was ending. "Tomorrow's train, Douglas, will be the last for the time being," the Fat Controller told him. The next day, as Douglas drew loaded trucks to a halt in their siding, James was waiting.
Here you are, James. What are you going to do now once this job is finished?
"Pull some passenger trains, I hope. I'm getting tired of doing the same thing all the time."
Oh, never mind. Today's the last one.
Douglas pulled into a point leading to the siding so that way he can clear the train and James can take over. At the end of the siding, the men who had been mending the buffers were standing to one side. They had pots of paints beside them, and they were just finishing painting the buffer bar bright red.
Oh, that looks very smart. Much better than it did before. The Fat Controller is probably glad that Donald smashed it up.
He moved into the siding. His driver put on the brakes. Nothing happened. The driver tried again. Still nothing.
Horrors, I can't stop.
The workmen watched in dismay. Douglas rode steadily along the line and smashed the splinters the buffers they had spent 3 days mending.
Ouch, that hurts.
The new buffers had stopped him, but unfortunately, Douglas was going faster than Donald. He was in a terrible mess. His front was badly bent and it was smeared with the bright red paint, which hadn't had the time to dry. "You silly great engine!" scolded the foreman, waving his paintbrush angrily. It still had red paint in it, and some of the paint flew out and stuck on Douglas's nose. 3 days' work, and in 3 seconds, you come and smash it all to pieces," he continued crossly. Douglas's front wheels were off the rails, so James had to come and rescue him. "Well, Douglas, I see you had some red paint on you. You look smart. Anyway, let's get you out of the way." Later, the Fat Controller spoke sternly to Douglas. "First Donald, and now you, Douglas. I expect engines to take care in sidings." And the red paint was left on Douglas's nose. As the Fat Controller said, "At least it's a reminder to take care of yourself."